All you haters out there, fuck you. This is not a fucking hobby. You're listening to the most non-relevant, relevant sports show on the internet. He's a combat veteran turned entrepreneur turned sports journalist. And she has an IQ higher than your entire family combined. It's the S3, and it starts right now.
What's going on, everybody? You are listening to the S3. I am JD. She is Ms. Lady M. Jeff Demers, Ms. Marnie Tisdale for you. Marnie, how you doing? How's the day going for you?
I am hanging in there.
Hanging in there. It's
work week
Thursday.
still, so
yeah.
Day job.
All right. So here's my bold statement to open it up. I know of at least one NFL head coach of an 0-3 team who will definitely not be returning in 2026. I'll tell you who I expect to be fired a little bit later on. First off, I want to say congratulations to me once again for winning the S3's Golden Bragger Award for the NFL Week 3 Pick 6 locks. I went 5-1 again with my picks. The best lock that I had last week was the Carolina Panthers just destroying the Atlanta Falcons 30-0. So this is mine for at least another week. We'll see how that goes. Hey, what are we drinking?
I have Liquid Death Psycho Cider flavor.
I have got the German beer, the Paulina Pils. All right.
Pils.
There we go.
I'd Pils with that.
So let me take a nice little swig with that. We were kind of rushing about 45 minutes ago because it just hit me that, I'm drinking during the show and I haven't had a damn thing to eat since like dinner last night. And I'm like, I should probably get some. Thankfully, DoorDash worked out. But I probably should have just gotten something smaller because I'm probably going to be burping this entire show. Double cheeseburger, or not double cheeseburger, double quarter pounder with cheese.
Thanks for pleasant
large fry, and again about a quarter of the large soda. I'm not much of a soda drinker anymore.
Mm-mm.
So, but I will take a beer from time to time. Real quick before we get started, hey, sports fans, if you're out there, are you in the market for a new used vehicle? Maybe, just maybe, it's time to upgrade your ride. Get something more reliable for the family, or finally treat yourself to that dream car. Whatever the reason, there's only one person to see, and that's Mr. Kevin Moore over at Liberty Buick. Kevin and his team have the best selection of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, along with unbeatable deals and top-notch service. No hassle, no stress, just great vehicles at great prices. So don't wait. Head down to Liberty Buick over on the west side, over in Peoria, and ask for Kevin Moore today. Tell him JD sent ya. Coming up, we're going to do a little NFL Week 4 schedule overview. We're going to do our pick 6. We've got my best builds, my top builds that I've got for DFS both tonight and on Sunday. We're going to do some stardom sit-ems, some college football top 25 matchups, along with a couple other games we're looking at. Wonder who that could be. We got some news for the Mercury Rising section. We got NASCAR at Kansas Speedway, and a bunch more. But what are we starting off with?
Headlines and horrible dad jokes.
Headlines and horrible dad jokes. The headlines may or may not be horrible, but the dad jokes, yeah, they probably are. Or they definitely are. Headline number 1, according to ESPN, Guardians overtake Tigers with historic surge. They lead the AL Central for 175 days this season. The standings showed the Detroit Tigers having at least a share of first place in the American League Central until Wednesday. The Cleveland Guardians, who were 15.5 games out of first in early July, took over sole possession of the top spot in the division with another come-from-behind victory, sending the Tigers to their 8th consecutive loss. Wow. It was Guardians' 17th victory in 19 games. Their hot streak has been as dramatic as the Tigers' skid. Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Having a 15.5 game lead.
And coming back from that, and taking the lead and pushing the other guy out.
Oh my God. They play again today, though, so they could take it back today. But, I mean, we'll see. It's still pretty crazy. I mean, you got more than a 2-touchdown lead. You're just like, Jesus, you got this. Anyway, So why should you never take sides in an argument at the dinner table?
I don't know why.
Actually, it's a trick question. It's the perfect time to take sides because no one's paying attention. Sides as in
foods, yeah.
Sides of food. All right.
Cool.
Sneaking
stuff off other plates.
Parsons returns to Dallas this weekend as his Green Bay Packers take on the Dallas Cowboys. How many sacks should we expect from Parsons against his former teammate, Dak Prescott? I will say 2.
He's definitely going to gun for the guy, so he's going to try to squeeze in as many as he can. Like almost be insulting if I had to guess, because it just doesn't feel quite like that was on good terms. I don't have any evidence of that.
No, it wasn't on good terms. He wanted out. He wanted out bad.
Yeah, so he's going to want to punish his. He's going to.
I'm giving a number. I'm saying 2 sacks. You can't get 2.5, 3, 1.5, 1.
2 sounds reasonable, but there's a little part of me that wants to say 4, but I don't.
All right, 4. She heard it here.
That many
it's recorded. She said it. She's calling for 4 sacks of Micah Parsons. We'll see what happens. All right. So I went to a silent auction. I ended up winning a dog whistle and 2 mimes. Headline number 3. You know what? I like that one. So thank you. Thank you. I do. I like that one. All right. Headline number 3. New York Giants are going with rookie starter Jackson Dart this weekend as they host the 3-0 Chargers. Veteran QB Russell Wilson failed to lead his team to a single victory in his first 3 starts and was replaced.
Yeah.
I don't think, unless Jackson Dart gets hurt, he probably will not see the football game again, the football field again. Maybe for the rest of his career.
Maybe.
Not counting preseason games.
He's one of those guys that had so much hype that even when we were watching
he's a Super Bowl winning champion, though.
He had the hype, but it just he fizzled out.
Sometimes he's kind of like Rodgers. Who's better, Rodgers or Wilson? Who would you take right now, Rodgers or Wilson? If those are the only 2 quarterbacks left in the draft.
Rodgers is still a step above. Wilson's completely
flat.
Rodgers might get a bubble on your tongue every now and again.
Is Rodgers only a step above because he's still starting? Because this is his last season.
He's had some closer games than anything the Giants have done since the season started.
He's got a couple wins already, which is good.
Yeah.
What did the cow say to the leather chair?
I don't know what.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, God.
And it was from PETA? Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. Headline number 4. Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels practices, says status is up to the doctors. They take on the Falcons this weekend. Daniels is recovering from a sprained left knee injury he sustained a couple weeks ago. Star wide receiver Terry McLaurin is also questionable for some days. He's missed practice due to a right quad injury. Honestly,
hurt the team.
I don't think they're going to need either one of them.
No,
to beat Atlanta. Carolina just beat Atlanta 30-0.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
I don't think if he doesn't have to play, don't play.
Even Carolina's first 2 games were close, weren't they? Like they forced the other team to. Yeah,
you had to play. Carolina's got a decent defense.
Yeah,
they're just going to get their offense going.
Yeah. Anyways.
So earlier on at the bank, an old lady asked me to check her balance for her. So I pushed her over. That one, like, look, that's one of my favorites. So that also gets one. Kids, tell your parents that one. They'll appreciate it. All right, what's next?
NFL Week 4 schedule.
All right, it is on tonight.
Minutes.
Isn't that what they say on Amazon Prime? It's on.
Probably.
Seahawks 2-1 at the Cardinals 2-1. The Arizona Cardinals. I said it. I wasn't so sure about them in their first two games because they basically played nobodies.
Right.
And then when they played a team that was halfway decent but had a backup quarterback in Mac Jones,
right,
they didn't look good at all.
No, they pooped the bed.
Like, he's not even a starter. He's not even starter level, but he's starting because Brock Purdy is out still.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's doing a pretty good job, actually. We got to give Mac Jones some credit.
Yeah,
That's something most Patriot fans won't do.
You said it when you said he's probably one of the best backup quarterbacks in the NFL. That's his spot. That's where he belongs. He's not the main show, but
and when the starter is healthy, when Brock Purdy is healthy, Brock Purdy will be the starter again.
Yeah.
He's like Mac Jones isn't going to take his starting job. I can guarantee that. Right now, they're counting their blessings for every win that the Niners can get. We'll talk about that more here in a little bit. They've got a Sunday afternoon game going on. All right, so Seahawks and Cardinals tonight. Our man, Jackson Smith and Jigweather, the one we cheer for, he may or may not be on tonight's DFS team. I don't know. Is he good enough to put on there?
Probably.
I mean, probably. Like he's the best wide receiver on the field between these two teams.
Yeah.
100%. All right. Sunday, we got a 6:30 a.m., which I know you are definitely not going to be up for.
Not a chance.
6:30 a.m. game from Dublin, Ireland. I can't do it. I grew up in Boston. I can't even do an Irish accent anymore. So 6:30 a.m. from Dublin, Ireland at Croke Park. Vikings 2-1 at Steelers 2-1.
Yeah.
So we will see how that goes. I'm pretty sure the Steelers are going to take that game, though. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right. The Commanders, the aforementioned Commanders, at 2-1 at the Atlanta Falcons 1-2. I see no chance of Atlanta winning this game unless they all of a sudden remembered how to play football. And based on what I saw last week, I am not putting any money towards any of them.
Oh, they came out with a big old belly flop for the start of the season.
My God, how do you have 0 points on the board in any NFL game, especially against the Panthers?
Yeah.
Now I'm saying that desperately pleading to our New England Patriots to not get shut out this weekend.
By the Panthers.
Please. And hold on to the damn ball. We'll talk about them again in a second. We got the Browns 1-2 at your Detroit Lions 2-1, who looked a hell of a lot better.
It's going to be a rude time for the Browns, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a rout. The
Lions look like themselves when they beat the Eagles. Or was it the Eagles?
They beat the Ravens.
The Ravens.
Yeah.
They look like I expected them to look. They look like end of season Lions. So
next up, we got the Carolina Panthers sitting at 1-2. That one, by the way, again, a 30-0 shutout that I called. Actually, I can't take all the credit. I called for them to win. 30-0 was insane.
They were your wild underdog grab that worked out. That's how the Lions got my loyalty, by the way, because they were my wild underdog grab that worked out.
Yeah, well, it works out as of late. For a few years there, nobody wanted to touch them.
Yeah.
No. Next up, we got the Panthers 1-2 at the New England Patriots. The 5-turnover New England Patriots. God, please.
Oh, that game was brutal.
Don't do that again. Ramondre,
was hurtful.
Hold on to the goddamn ball.
Right? Somebody make sure it's not greased before the game starts.
How many feet are in a mile? 5,280. I'm just guessing on this one. I think it's 5,280.
You're close. You're very close, if not exactly right.
All right. Well, every time we need to go just like Petey had to And remember the Titans, every time you drop a ball, you run a mile.
Yeah.
Run that damn mile. It means Ramondre had to run a couple miles before he started. Everybody had to run.
Because we would have easily had that game if we hadn't had the mistakes that kept turning the ball over.
Even if we only had the turnovers just in the first half and none in the second half.
Right.
Multiple scores.
Yeah.
Multiple scores. Yeah, I mean, the Steelers didn't put it away until like the final few minutes of the last quarter.
Yeah.
And that really wasn't putting it away. It was still a one-score game.
It was capitalizing on errors, which is...
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, though.
Yeah. It's not talent.
Give them some credit. They didn't blow up the scoreboard. We just couldn't hold on to the goddamn ball.
Right.
And now we're playing with the Panthers. They got that go-get-it defense. So it's a pretty good chance. And we may lose one or two again. I don't want to speak it into existence, but I mean, they need to show something different. All right. The 3-0 Chargers at the New York Giants 0-3. Hats off to Cam Scatterbo, by the way, on a beautiful backflip, which I didn't see a backflip the entire time covering him here. Where did he come out with that one?
I don't know, but he looks like he got real fit too, though.
Yeah.
Like, he's definitely been working to earn his NFL fame that he's going to.
Yeah.
I mean,
3-0, I don't see.
That kid's incredible.
I don't see a rookie quarterback in his first start beating the Chargers, even if it is in New York. Yeah. I'd be blown away. Like, that would be the upset of the upsets if that happened.
It's more like, how can they keep the score reasonable, or are they going to get blown the fuck out? That is my question, because I feel like it's going to go really poorly for them.
Yeah, I think
that's a shit game to bench Wilson and be like, "This was your debut, kid. Get out there."
They're going up against pretty much one of the best teams in the league as of right now.
Because they're going to judge him about it, but like, that's a shit game to start at.
Speaking of the best teams in the league, you got two undefeated teams going at it down in Tampa Bay. You got the Buccaneers hosting the Philadelphia Eagles at 3-0.
This will be a real test for the Bucs to see if that 3-0 is earned.
If it's real.
Yeah.
Because even like they showed it last week, the Eagles can be down by multiple touchdowns and still come back.
Yeah, they're one of those teams. They pulled a Buffalo.
Yep.
They really did.
Teams that haven't pulled anything, not even themselves. You have the Titans 0-3 at the Texans 0-3. Somebody has to win, right?
Somebody has to win. I got to admit, I'm a little shocked at how hard the Texans are struggling. I feel like they might be up in their head a little bit too much.
Maybe a little bit. I fully expect the Texans to get their first win. You're at home. You are not as bad as the Titans. Titans head coach, by the way, I forgot his name, but the Titans head coach actually turned over play calling to the quarterback coach, so he's no longer calling the plays.
Wow.
So let's see what happens.
Yeah, it could shake it up a bit.
I think the Texans take that game easily.
Yeah, they should, but they should have already won a couple of their games, so we'll see.
Solid matchup here for Danny Dimes and the Indianapolis Colts at 3-0, heading to LA to take on the 2-1 Rams, who just blew a 19-point lead on the road against Philly. So, I don't know.
Well, and I don't know what the Colts are handing out in their locker room, but it's working for them.
They're handing out game balls to their new quarterback that the New York Giants didn't want anymore.
Right.
That's what they're doing.
If we start counting all the players that someone else got from the New York Giants that were suddenly on fire, Saquon Barkley, then it could be a long conversation.
Saquon's always been good.
Yeah.
He didn't almost break the rushing record while he was there, but he's always been good.
Yeah, he couldn't. You couldn't tell the true level of his greatness.
That's true.
You could see a team that used him, though.
I'll give you that. It definitely helps when you have the number one offensive line, as far as size goes. That definitely helps. And it also helps that you can jump over people backwards. Still can't believe that happened.
I know.
All right.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Next up, these are the afternoon games, by the way. We got the Jaguars at 2-1, off to a solid start at the Mac Jones-led San Francisco 49ers, who are currently 3-0.
Yeah.
Can he take them to 4-0?
Probably.
You know, he's from Cali, right?
Yeah. I remember hearing the announcer say that. That's the only reason I know, though.
That's the only reason I know. I brought it up. All right. Next up, the Ravens sitting at 1-2 at the Chiefs, 1-2. This is week 4.
Yeah.
How many people had both the Ravens and the Chiefs with a losing record getting into week 4?
There was that one season where the Chiefs went 0-4 and then they won every single other game, including the big one. Like they just went on a roll.
Yeah.
So it's hard to count them out yet. We got to get into week 5 or 6, and if they're still looking like this.
What's hard is knowing. No, I get you.
That is, it's messed up. I don't know how else to put it.
What's really hard is knowing that either the Ravens or the Chiefs are going to be 1-3 after Sunday.
Right.
What?
Right.
There's only 3 afternoon games. Then we go to Sunday Night Football. We talked about it already. The Packers at 2-1 at the Cowboys 1-2. I'm going to be playing that game for DFS. I do not have the DFS lineup yet because it's still quite a ways away. I do have Sunday's lineup ready, but not the night game. But I'm going to be playing a lot of Jordan Love and 2 to 3 of his main weapons during that game because you can throw the ball on the Dallas Cowboys defense like a lot.
Yeah. And they're gonna like Micah Parsons is gonna be excited to be there and show his old team up. Yeah. And that's gonna infect all the rest of the Packers.
I think the Packers are gonna try and put up a 50 spot just to rub it in the nose of the Dallas Cowboys that they no longer have their guy. I think so. I can definitely see the Packers putting up at least 35 in this game. All right. Maybe I'll just go on the line right now because we both have to pick that game.
Yeah.
Do you see any way that the Dallas Cowboys win this game?
No.
No. Okay,
honestly,
good.
No.
We're both on the Packers. All right. Monday Night Football, the only lock we're going to do when we get to our locks in the next segment is the late game, the early game, the semi-early game. Monday Night Football at 4:15. Jesus, how did these two teams end up as a primetime game? Can we not flex this game a little bit? Maybe put Ravens. I'll even be okay with putting Ravens, Chiefs, or Colts, Rams in their place.
I agree.
You have the winless of the winless. The Jets 0-3 at the Dolphins 0-3. Oh my God.
I mean, the Jets have to be paying someone off because they've gotten a primetime spot for years and they're not one of the teams that deserve that. They're not.
So you want to know which head coach I think is definitely done either before the end of this season or definitely after the end of this season? It is Mike McDaniels of the Miami Dolphins.
Saying to fire him.
Yeah.
You heard about that, right?
He is definitely done. He might be done before the trade deadline in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unbelievable. If they lose to the Jets, they might just fire him right now.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to lose to the Jets. Honestly. I don't even know who's starting at quarterback for the Jets, and I still believe that the Dolphins are going to lose to the Jets.
Probably. I mean, they've been they're just a mess. Like Pee-wee football players trying to play pro football players.
Speaking of which, the Cincinnati Bengals at 2-1 head to the Mile High City at 5,280 feet and to take on the Denver Broncos at 1-2. This would ordinarily be a good game, except for Browning completely and totally shit the bed last week and absolutely got destroyed, hence the one loss. I know the Broncos are 1-2, but I think their 1-2 puts them as a better team than the Bengals 2-1. Right now, quarterback is everything in this league. You can't just put somebody in there and expect the team to play well.
Right.
Regardless of who you surround them with.
I agree. There has to
All
be.
All right. Next up, what's next?
NFL Pick 6.
So in case you didn't know, actually my record last week was actually 5-1. I put down 4-2 without even looking. I actually had to go back and look before the show. I was 5-1 with the Ravens being the only loss that I had. Unbelievable. All right, so I won last week, which means you get to go first, but you get first pick for the Thursday night game, Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals. Keep in mind that Arizona fans are a very large part of our following on everywhere except for Twitch, because we just started on Twitch.
But it's still the Seahawks.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think the Cardinals have a lot of potential, but I don't think they're there.
I am going to go, you know what? I have faith in Kyler Murray. I have faith that he's going to throw at least one interception tonight.
Yeah.
And the Seattle Seahawks go on to win this game. So I'm taking Seattle as well.
Yeah. All right. So Sunday night.
Sunday.
Bet you'll never, ever guess. I'm being sarcastic.
I think you're taking the Cowboys because you need
not
one
a
of
chance.
those. Okay, never mind. I was going to try and search for a reason for you to take the Cowboys.
They would not be.
It wasn't
my
coming to me.
Choice.
It was not coming to me.
Definitely the Packers. You said Packers too earlier, so let's just put that down. And then we said Monday night.
Monday night late game. The Bengals 2-1 at the Broncos 1-2. Who you got?
I want to say Bengals. I don't really feel totally sold on that, but I'll say Bengals.
I'm taking the Broncos. The Broncos. Yeah. After what Brownlee did last week, that's a lot of mistakes to put on tape. So the Broncos defense knows pretty much what he can handle and what he can't. I don't care if he's had a few days to practice. He was absolutely terrible. He was horrible. It was a disaster. It was friggin' what else? I'm trying to channel Stephen A and actually use like smart words, but it's just not coming to me because, well, I've been drinking. All right. It probably wouldn't come to me even after. As a matter of fact, this probably actually helps, but not so much. Not right now. All right. So I am taking the Broncos. All right. Now you have to pick between the regular slate, the morning and afternoon slate.
I'm going to do the predictable one first. So Lions over the Browns. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I am going to take. Oh, do I want to try and do something? You know what? I'm going to take the 49ers over the Jaguars.
Okay.
I'm going with Mac Jones, former Patriots quarterback, got run out of town.
Then I guess
I'm still trying to justify the fact that I have two Mac Jones jersey less than 20 feet away from me.
Yeah.
In the room next door.
All right. I'm going to cherry pick. So I'll say the Bills can beat the Saints.
All right. Oh, God. You know what? I would love to give you a reason why that's not going to happen, but
there isn't
that's
one.
not going to happen. All right. Enough cherry picking. Let's see. I'm going to take, you know what? It's kind of cherry picking. I'm going to take the Texans, get their first win against the Titans.
Okay.
You got one more pick?
One
All
more
right.
pick. Let me
pick the Dolphins.
No.
Then pick the Jets.
Hard pass. Shoot. Let's take the Ravens over the Chiefs. I'll do a hard one.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is a hard one. That means I got to do a hard one. I can't just let you do that.
I probably picked wrong, but I still wanted to.
I don't know if I want to take the Steelers that early in the morning, even though that'll be like, I don't know, what's 6:30 a.m. here? What time is that over there?
I would have to actually look it up because it's like a 10-hour time difference. So it's going to be like the evening. Maybe.
Okay. Well, 10 hours from 6:30 our time. So it's like a It's a
4:30.
It's a pre-evening game.
Yeah.
Pre-evening. Not quite evening. Not quite afternoon. Pre-evening.
So you're going to take the Steelers?
No, I'm not taking the Steelers. Put those in my mouth. You know what? I'm going to take the Buccaneers to upset the Eagles. Since you want to talk about you took a tough one, even though you took the Bills over the Saints. That means
I
you should
outright
have
said I'm going to cherry
more.
pick, and then I said I'll take a tough one. I
All right,
dance around about
really
it. I was honest.
A tough one. I'm telling you, the Buccaneers over the Eagles. That's a tough one. All right. I even took the 49ers over the Jaguars. Those are two teams with winning records. But I do admire you for taking the Ravens, and that just might happen.
Yeah, that's definitely the underdog in that fight.
That just might happen.
Shouldn't be. That's a weird sentence to say, but.
All right, what's next?
JD's top builds, NFL DFS.
All right, here's the NFL DFS top builds that I have for tonight and for the main slate on Sunday. I go through DraftKings, but real quick, sports fans, are you playing DFS this week? Like I am. Don't go in blind. Stochastic gives you the best DFS tools, projections, and data to build winning lineups for NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. Check out Stochastic today and start turning picks into profits. Here's a big disclaimer. The advice and opinions shared on the S3 podcast are for entertainment purposes only and are not a guarantee of winnings. Daily fantasy sports involves risk and results will vary. Please play responsibly and only wager what you can afford to lose. Must be 18 years or older. Participate where legal. Launch your DFS play with Stochastic by going to CoachJeffDemers.com/DFS. I use Stochastic. I'm going to be honest with you. 3 straight weeks with a positive ROI for the main slate. I was plus 400% ROI last Sunday. It was a nice little win. That was a nice little win. All right. So here's my top build for tonight. If you've never done a showdown game, you don't build out an entire roster. You pick one guy to be your captain, and then you pick 5 other spots. They could be any other 5. They could be the kickers, the defenses, anybody else that is not the captain. You can throw them in there as long as you fit everybody within your budget. But here's the kicker, without picking the kicker. Whoever you put in for captain, this is how it works. Whoever you put in for captain is 1.5 times his value, which means he costs 1.5 times more than he would if you didn't pick him as captain.
Yeah.
So as captain, my captain, I have Jackson Smith and Jigba for the Seattle Seahawks weighing in at a big $16,500, which means I had to work a little bit of magic, but he is, again, the best player on the field, in my humble opinion. Then I've got the Seattle Seahawks defense, special teams. I've got Arroyo, tight end for Seattle. He is going to be my winning guy because he's extremely cheap. And he allowed me to put in some other pretty darn good people, like Sam Darnold, quarterback for Seattle, like Trey McBride, Arizona at $9,800, like Trey Benson, Arizona at $8,800. Sam Darnold, by the way, has what's the price on him? $10,000. Yeah. So if you can squeeze in a guy that's going to get you a few points, I'm taking the backup tight end in Arroyo, and hopefully he can sneak in with a touchdown. Maybe even a few catches to go with that. He'll need at least one for the touchdown, unless, of course, it's an end around and he just runs it in. I don't think he's that type of athlete, though. So, again, tonight, my best build, Jackson Smith and Jigba at captain. I've got the Seahawks defense, special teams, Arroyo, Benson, McBride, Sam Darnold. Use it if you want. Build your own team. Other than that, I mean, I am seeing some pretty darn good profits for what I'm playing. NFL DFS for Sunday. I'm a little nervous about this one. Just like last week. Do you remember last week before the game started? I said, hey, the simulations gave me the Steelers, and I don't like it. They gave me the Steelers defense. And, they only forced 5 turnovers and got a defensive touchdown. So got me something like 15 points. I was loving it. So this week, I'm not quite sure about it, but I'm going to take it. Quarterback for New England, Drake May, $5,500. Running back Christian McCaffrey for San Francisco, $8,500. Running back Cam Scatterbo for the Giants at $5,500. Wide receiver Ted McMillan for Carolina, $5,900. Now, McMillan is questionable. He's questionable, but he may still play. Keep an eye on your rosters. Wide receiver Jacoby Myers for Las Vegas at $5,400. Wide receiver Puka Nakua. Wide receiver for the Rams at $7,900. Tight end Hunter Henry, who was all over the field last week. As a matter of fact, I think he was the only Patriot next to Travion Henderson, who did not fumble last week.
Right.
Pretty sure of it.
Yeah,
but he's going to get you 6 to 7 catches, probably 80 yards, maybe even a touchdown like he did last week. He is an extremely cheap $4,000. Then at flex, I've got Kyle Pitts Sr. for Atlanta at $3,600, and I've got your Detroit Lions defense at $3,500.
They were pretty insane.
I'm liking it.
It was so good. Oh, I will say about Drake May is I have him as the captain of my fantasy quarterback. He had equal points to Jalen Hurts.
Well, all right.
That really surprised me, but he was up there.
Yeah, if he could stop turning over the damn ball, he would have done pretty damn good.
Yeah.
All right. What's next?
NFL stardom and sit-em.
Stardom, sit-em. Let's go with stardom. This is kind of chalky. This is really chalky this week. Josh Allen, no shit. Stardom against the Saints. Jalen Hurts, even though I just picked them to lose, stardom at Tampa Bay. Justin Herbert against the New York Giants, definitely start him. Running backs, Justin Cook for the Buffalo Bills. Start him against the Saints. Ashton Genty, start him versus Chicago. Hampton for the Chargers. Start him at the Giants. Wide receivers, Lade McConkey at the New York Giants. Start him. Roma Dunzier at Las Vegas. Start him. Jacoby Myers. Start him against Chicago. Tight ends, Hunter Henry. Start him against Carolina. Travis Kelce, yes, start him against the Ravens. And Brock Bowers, another stud tight end. Start him against Chicago. Look, Chicago threw all over the field against Dallas, but they were also shown that they can be thrown on in that game as well. So, it's a pretty good matchup. Defenses. Start them. Texans over Tennessee. Start the Commanders defense against Atlanta and start the Lions defense against Cleveland. Sit them. Sit, in my humble opinion, Trevor Lawrence at San Francisco. Sit Ward at Houston. Sit Jackson Dart in his very first start going up against the Chargers.
Such a shit game to throw him into the mix with.
Got to get in. Hey, the best experience will be on the field. It's not sitting on the sidelines.
I know.
Learn more by being in. Put him in there. All right. Running backs, Bijan Robinson versus Washington. Pick up Irving. Tell him to sit down versus Philadelphia. Travis Etienne Jr. for Jacksonville. Sit him down at San Francisco. For wide receivers, Malik Neighbors. Sit him down against the Chargers. Brian Thomas Jr. Sit him against 49ers. Deebo Samuel. I actually initially put sit him at Atlanta, but I'm not sure what Scary Terry's going to do, if he's going to play or not. Terry McLaurin. If McLaurin is out, then yes, start Deebo. If McLaurin plays, sit Deebo.
Okay.
Tight ends, Juwan Johnson, sit him at Buffalo. Dallas Goedert at Tampa Bay, and Cade Otton against Philadelphia. Sit them. Defense, special teams, sit the Rams against Indianapolis. Sit the Falcons against Washington, and sit the Ravens defense against the Kansas City Chiefs. What's next?
College football top 25 matchups week.
There's 4 pretty good games going on this weekend, and then we'll mention a few other games that we're watching and or perhaps attending. in person. I'll let you know about that in a second. So, starting out, we got number 21, USC 4-0 at number 23, Illinois 3-1. USC is favored by 6.5. Currently, the over-under is 60.5. USC needs to continue pushing forward. They cannot lose this game if they want to tell everybody that they are for real in the Big Ten. This is a Big Ten matchup.
Yeah.
But it's not against Michigan. It's not against Penn State. It's not against the Buckeyes. It's against Illinois. So even if they win and go to 5-0, just be like, yeah, all right, let's see what happens as we move forward. But right now, they have to win this game. If they lose, then all that chatter is already out the window. They'll be outside the top 25 next week. Number 4, LSU at 4-0 at Ole Miss. Number 13 seed, also 4-0. Mississippi State minus 1.5 as favored. That is not, or excuse me, Mississippi, not Mississippi State, Ole Miss. Minus 1.5 at home. That doesn't tell me that they're very confident that they're going to win. I will take LSU minus 1.5 on that game all day long. I'm also taking USC minus 6.5. I really do like their offense.
Yeah.
So defense is a little,
sketchy.
Defense still needs to do it. But their offense behind, what's his name, Mamita, something like that. Really good. Number 6, Oregon, also at 4-0. At number 3, Penn State. This is the game of the weekend. Penn State is favored at home, minus 3.5. I will take Oregon plus 3.5 on this matchup. That is the Ducks. 2 points for you. Number 17, Alabama at 2-1. At number 5, Georgia. I think Georgia runs away with this game. Minus 3.5. I think they will cover that easily and move on to 4-0 and stay inside the top 5. Other games that we're watching Thursday night, Army. Go Army, beat Navy. 1-2 at East Carolina at 2-2. I cheer for Army because I am an Army guy, and I have a feeling that Army is going to lose this game. This is kicking off here in just about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I if I was a betting guy, who knows, I would take ECU minus 4.5 in this one.
Okay.
Friday night, under the lights and hopefully no rain. Number 24, TCU at 3-0, hits the road and comes right here to the Valley of the Sun, where I would rather see sun than rain. It's saying it's going to be sunny, but I don't know. Arizona State 3-1. ASU needs this. This is a Big 12 matchup. They did really good against Baylor last week on the road.
Yes, they did.
They need this win to get back inside the top 25. If they lose, they may not get back inside the top 25, regardless of what they do for the rest of the season.
Right.
So ASU minus 3.5. Over under is 54.5. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think ASU can pull it away minus 3.5. Look for Jordan Tyson to have a really good game. That's a chalk pick right there. Of course, Jordan Tyson's going to score at least one touchdown in this game.
You're going to be at that one, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I will be there. That's Friday Night Lights. I'll be in the press box. Ronda Costa will be flashing the camera on the sidelines for Sports Media X. Good to have her back. She made it back from Mexico covering boxing down there. She is working the sidelines for us. Great friend and an even better photographer. So can't wait to see what she can do. I guarantee she can come up with better photos than what I did in her place when she was gone. I'm the talk guy. I'm the content creator guy. I am not the photography guy. Although I did love shooting NASCAR. Let me say that. NASCAR is fun. I did get some really good shots for NASCAR.
Yes, you did.
All right. Saturday. The only other game we're paying attention to, Rice at 3-1, at Navy 3-0. Navy is favored by more than 2 touchdowns right now, and I think they will definitely cover that. Minus 14.5. I'd take Navy minus 14.5 in that game. All right, what's next?
We back the D-backs.
Do we?
They're making it difficult. Kind of hanging on by the edge of our seat, so to speak.
Well, I just got the alert. The reigning champs secure their 12th division title in 13 years. Will host Wild Card Series to begin postseason, which means they secured that win. They were up 8-0 heading to the ninth. And this does not mean, however, that the Diamondbacks are eliminated. There's still 3 games left. They're a game and a half, maybe even 2 games back. With 3
they got to play hard. They got to play real hard if they
got to keep playing.
Want to pull it off. Yeah,
you can't lose 2 games in a row when you're in the hunt. So there's still a chance, but they're cutting it close. You know what though? Hats off to the Arizona Diamondbacks, regardless of what they do. The ownership of this team gave up on them by trading away 5 of their key players at the trade deadline because they thought that they couldn't even get close, being 5.5 games outside of the wild card already.
Right. And here we are, like right on the cusp of it.
Yeah, they're 1.5 right now, 2 games back maybe. So kudos to them for keep playing. I think Torey Lovello, who initially I thought this was his last season as manager, just the way the team has played after everybody gave up on them, including the ownership.
Right.
To still make a run and to be in the final week and still have a shot at the playoffs, even though slim. Kudos.
Yeah.
Kudos. Yeah. While Eugenio Suarez, this guy right here.
It's Chino.
He was getting champagne poured over his head last night because Seattle clinched the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's who they traded him to.
Yeah.
They clinched the playoff spot.
They gave him
yeah. Yeah, what is it with me? Every time I get a bobblehead or a jersey or something, the freaking player ends up leaving. Hashtag Mac Jones. What the hell? The other 2 back there, I got Perdomo and I got Carroll. I don't see any one of them
knock on wood
leaving anytime soon.
Don't jinx that. We need them for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
Mercury rising.
Hell yeah, they are. The Phoenix Mercury, fresh off their huge 20-point comeback in Game 2, will take on the Minnesota Lynx and Natasha Collier at Phoenix Arena tonight. That was an amazing game to watch.
It was. They did. And
we just kind of turned it on because we were taking a break from like work or something.
Yeah, we were eating dinner. We caught
like
the
15 points back, and then it's 10 points, and then 5, and then we hit a couple threes, and I'm like, oh my God, we're going to overtime.
Winning in overtime. Yeah, they played hard. Those girls earned that one.
Kudos to them. They tied the series 1-1 in the best of 5. Alyssa Thomas will lead the Mercury and a chance to jump up 2-1 on the number 1 seeded Lynx. Thomas had a great game on Tuesday night with 19 points, 8 rebounds, 13 assists, helping the Mercury win in overtime. Also, not to be forgotten was Satu Sabali's 24 points and Sammy Whitcomb's huge 3-point shots as she came off the bench in a huge way in the win. She finished with 13 points.
Yeah, she did good.
Wow, clutch. Great play. There is a chance that the Mercury could actually close out this series if they win both home games. And that would advance them to the WNBA Finals, which starts next Friday, October 3rd. The other series still going on has Las Vegas Aces and the Indiana Fever going at it. That series is tied 1-1. That would be the biggest upset of the season if Indiana took out Las Vegas.
I mean, they've got Caitlin Clark, right? That's where she ended up. Was on the Fever.
She's hurt. She's out for the rest of the
season. Okay.
They're playing without two of their stars.
Their magic potion formula is out then. So that would be a hell of an upset.
They're playing. They're hustling. They're keeping it in there. All right, what's next?
NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway.
All right. Let's go over the schedule here real quick. The trucks are off until next Friday at the Charlotte Roval. Half road, half oval. The Roval next week. But the next race for the Cup Series is the Hollywood Casino 400 presented by ESPN Bet. The place, again, Kansas Speedway. Track length, 1.5 mile asphalt oval. Is one of the larger tracks. The date, Sunday, September 28th. The time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The purse, $9.797 million. TV. You can watch it on USA at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or you can listen on radio at MRN or on Sirius XM NASCAR Channel 90. Distance is 400.5 miles. That's 267 laps. Stage 1 ends on lap 80. Stage 2 ends on lap 165. And the final stage ends on lap 267. We'll get to the Xfinity Series schedule in a second. Let's talk Cup notes. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, there was our.
This weekend marks the 40th running of a NASCAR Cup Series race at Kansas Speedway. Kansas is one of 4 tracks to host a playoff race every year since the formation of the playoffs in 2004. That being Talladega, Martinsville, and yes, right here in the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix Raceway. The winner of the fall Kansas race has gone on to win the championship 4 times.
Oh, wow.
But only twice in the elimination era. In 2017, Martin Truex Jr. did it. 2021, Kyle Larson did it. The pass for the win came in the final 2 laps in 3 of the last 5 Kansas races, including 2 last lap passes. The driver who had the most laps won just once in the last 6 Kansas races, that being again Kyle Larson, but this time it was in May of this year.
Yeah.
7 of the 12 2025 playoff drivers previously won at Kansas, including each of the last 6 races there. Kyle Larson is the only repeat winner in the last 10 races at Kansas, winning 3 times, including in May. Kyle Larson, in case you haven't heard of him, led 221 laps on his way to winning at Kansas in May, the most laps led by any driver in a 400-mile race on a 1.5-mile track in Cup history.
Interesting.
All 11 stages on 1.5-mile tracks in 2025 were won by current playoff drivers, led by Carson Lyle, Kyle Larson. Again, I have been drinking
his celebrity name,
beautiful
Carson.
Paul later pills.
Don't have to say all the words, just some of them.
There you go. Just say the first and last letter and let them figure it out. All right. 3 of 2311 Racing 9 Cup wins have come at Kansas. All 3 were in the last 7 races. The closest finish in series history came at Kansas in May 2024. Kyle Larson beat Chris Buescher by 0.001
That's right.
1 second.
That was that one race where it was like the 3 at the line, and you could just barely tell like the gleam on his bumper was
amazing.
I feel like I remember that.
Alex Bowman, you remember him? You're a fan of his. Yeah, Alex Bowman's 11 top 10s at Kansas are his most at any track. Chase Elliott's 12 top 10 finishes at Kansas are his second most at a track, behind 13 at Martinsville. Christopher Bell led in the last 7 Kansas races, tied for the longest ever streak by a driver at Kansas. William Byron's 8 top 10 finishes at Kansas are tied for his second most at a track, behind 9 at Phoenix. Kyle Busch, remember him? Most people don't. Finished outside the top 10 in the last 9 races on 1.5-mile tracks.
He's been having a tough couple of years.
On a 13 race streak without a top 5 finish on 1.5-mile tracks, dating to Las Vegas in October 2023, and that's exactly why he's going to win this weekend. Chase Briscoe is the only driver to finish top 10 in all 4 playoff races thus far. Joey Logano finished top 5 in the last 3 races, his longest top 5 streak since spring of 2019.
All right.
And Toyota has won the first 3 playoff races, but their best finish at New Hampshire was Christopher Bell in 6th.
Interesting.
So they have finished in the top 6.
I'm always surprised by Logano's history with racing, because he has such a baby face. It's so hard.
He's been around for a long time.
He really has. It's hard to believe he's been driving for that long.
He's married. He's got kids. Or 8 kids. I don't know how many kids he's got.
I guess he looks like he's like 19 or 20.
Part of the Coca-Cola racing team.
Driving for almost 20 years. Like, oh shit, what?
I think it's been at least that. Jeez, he's been around for a minute.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the Xfinity Series schedule. The next race is the Kansas Lottery 300. That again is at Kansas Speedway. That is Saturday, September 27th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The purse, $1.651 million. You can watch it on TV on the CW at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen on radio, MRN, or on Sirius XM NASCAR, again, channel 90. Distance is 300 miles. That's 200 laps. Stage 1 ends on lap 45. Stage 2 ends on lap 90. And the final stage ends on lap 200. All right, Cup Series notes. This weekend marks the 40th. I already did that one. Xfinity Series notes. This weekend marks the 26th. Again, I have been drinking. Yes, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. This weekend marks the 26th running of a NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Kansas Speedway, 2001 to current. Kansas has been on the Xfinity Series schedule every year since its inaugural race in 2001. Kansas is the second race in the round of 12 for Xfinity. The Charlotte Motor Speedway Road Course, also known as the Roval, will be the cutoff race next week. The 4 lowest drivers in points after the Charlotte Motor Speedway Road Course, or at least I guess they're just running the road course and not the half oval, will be eliminated from the Xfinity Series playoffs. Connor Zilic, remember him, enters Kansas 85 points above the cut line and 82 points above 8th place. Carson Voppel is plus 16, Harrison Burton plus 9, Sheldon Creed plus 7, all climbed above the cut line at Bristol. Nick Sanchez minus 3, Jesse Love minus 3, and Sammy Smith minus 24 all fell below the cut line at Bristol. Both Richard Childress Racing drivers enter Kansas below the cut line, that being Jesse Love and Austin Hill. Love is 3 points down. Hill is 16 points down. That's kind of a shock. I expect more out of Austin Hill right there. Right. Eric Almirola won at Bristol, the third straight playoff race won by a non-playoff driver. Joe Gibbs Racing ended an 18-race winless streak at Bristol, their longest in the Xfinity Series since a 34-race streak between 2006 and 2007. Connor Zilic tied Xfinity Series record with 15 straight top 5 finishes. He can break the record set by Sam Ard in 1983 this weekend.
Neat.
Connor Zilic's 2.1 average finish is the last 15 races, is the best in series history in a 15-race span. Connor Zilic's 9 wins this season are record for most wins by a rookie. Cool. Connor Zilic won 7 of the last 9 races this season, tied with Sam Ard for most in a 9-race span.
Yeah, when he went off, he just went off.
Connor Zilic won 33% of his starts, the best win percentage all time. That at that point, I just had to start shooting through the notes and searching for other people besides Connor freaking Zilic. Randall Burnett, you know him? I don't. He was announced as Connor Zilic's crew chief next season when he moves to Trackhouse Racing in the Cup Series. So, yes, Connor Zilic is dominating. Connor Zilic is moving up to the Cup Series next year.
He's due. As dominant as he's been. Won 1/3 of his races. It's crazy.
It's insane. Junior Motorsports won 16 races this season with a series record 6 different drivers. All 6 drivers won in the last 18 races. This does not include Parker Kligerman, who won in relief role at Daytona. Sheldon Creed got his 15th career runner-up finish at Bristol, the most in series history without a win. Junior Motorsports had at least one car finish top 5 in a record 29 straight races.
Wow. Okay.
Brandon Jones, with 2 wins, is the only active driver to win at Kansas in the Xfinity Series. 7 drivers on the entry list won at Kansas at different levels. Jones has 2 Xfinity Series. Eckes has won in the trucks and ARCA. Hill won in the truck. Sanchez won twice at ARCA at this track. Creed won at ARCA. Love at ARCA. And Queen, yes, at ARCA.
Also, only one is actually an Xfinity winner, though.
Yeah. Joe Gibbs Racing won 13 of the last 18 Kansas races with 9 different drivers. Brendan Butterbean Queen will make his second career start at Kansas, driving the Colleague Racing number 11. He finished 20th in his Xfinity Series debut at Bristol last race. Rajah Caruth will drive the Hendrick Motorsports number 17, his first start for HMS since Phoenix in November of 2023, where he finished 14th. Modest. Justin Allgaier is just 2 top 10s away from becoming the first driver to reach 300 Xfinity Series top 10 finishes. He will be making his 499th career start this weekend at Kansas. Whoo! I need a drink.
That was a
And
lot.
then you tell me what's next.
Nailed it.
All right. So this is a fun game we like to play. We would love to start getting people on the show, hopefully from the Valley of the Sun, so that we can actually give away some not so great prizes because they are so bad and so cheap that they're not worth putting in the mail. So you actually have to live in the Valley of the Sun right here in Arizona for me to come and drop them off, and we got to take a selfie. Got to take a selfie for the gram. I haven't done anything on Instagram for a minute, but I like saying for the gram. All right, so here's how it works. I will sing badly, maybe on purpose, maybe not, lyrics to 4 classic rock songs. I will let you know how many verses at the beginning. The goal is for you to get 3 total points to win. You get a half point for the artist and a half point for the song title. You do have one pass that is worth a full point, but you cannot win on a pass. You must wait for my awesomeness to complete, recognized by the words nailed it, before you give an answer. Are you ready?
Let's do this.
All right, I gotta get into drunk JD mode. All right, I got this. All right, hold on. Stop moving. I got it. All right, here we go. Song number 1, 1 verse. Well, I'm running down the road trying to loosen my load. I got 7 women on my mind. 4 that want to own me, 2 that want to stone me, 1 says she's a friend of mine. Nailed it.
Take it easy, the Eagles.
Nailed it. All right.
I love the Eagles.
That's right. I keep forgetting that.
One of these days, they actually have a statue of the Eagles on a corner in Winslow, Arizona.
There's nothing to go to Winslow, Arizona for
I
except
want to see
maybe
the statue.
That is the only reason to be in Winslow.
No, I wouldn't want to spend on the way through to somewhere else. But I would want to see the statue.
Here we go. Song number 2, you got 1 full point. Song number 2. Mama told me when I was young, come sit beside me, my only son, and listen closely to what I say. And if you do this, it'll help you some sunny day. Oh, yeah. Nailed it.
Okay. I can't think of who sings it originally.
Who sings it originally? Shinedown does not count.
No, they're the only ones I know.
Don't forget, but you do have the pass.
Do I, even though I already said the wrong band name?
No, I gave you that band name, so I will allow you to.
All right. I will pass then, because.
Shame. I have failed
my brain
as your
froze.
boss and your boyfriend that you do not know "Simple Man" by Leonard Skinner.
There it is. There it is.
That is now the song we will play on repeat for the rest of the evening. It's like
Rising Sun. I don't know who originally sang that either. Just
Simple Man by Leonard Skinner.
Yeah. No, I said it's like Rising Sun. I also don't know who the OG band.
The House of the Rising Sun?
Yeah, because Five Finger Death Punch redid it.
Wasn't it the Animals?
I don't know.
I think it might have been. We'll have to look it up. All right. You have 2 points. You need 1 more point. You have 2 songs. Here we go. Last night, a little dancer came dancing to my door. Last night, my little angel came pumping on my floor. She said, come on, baby. I got a license for love. And if it expires, pray help from above. Nailed it. What you got?
I feel like I can hear it in my head, but
I nailed that song. Absolutely crushed it.
Yeah, I don't got it though.
Oh, that means you need a full point for the last song.
It does.
Wow. In the midnight hour, she cried more. When the rebel yelled, more. It's called Rebel Yelled.
Okay.
By Billy Idol.
Okay.
You are not good at Billy Idol songs at all. I did White Wedding in week 1, and you just completely crapped the bed on that one.
Yeah.
How do you
I
not
know
Billy?
most of the songs, but I never knew that they were Billy. So
Oh my God.
That doesn't help.
I love his commercials. The you quit saying rock star in the business.
Yeah.
And he comes in and says, Where's the flash? Where's the zipper?
Like
Where's the
him
thing he
and
does
Pat
with his lips?
Benatar and Kiss, and I think Gwen Stefani even did it once, but yeah.
Yeah.
Those commercials are funny.
All right, so you still need a full point, which means this very hard song, you have no passes.
Yeah.
There are 2 verses. Let's see if you can get. I love this song.
Okay.
Love this song. Ain't found a way to kill me yet. Eyes burn with stinging sweat. Seems every path leads me to nowhere. Wife and kids, household pet. Army green was no safe bet. The bullets screamed to me from somewhere. Nailed it.
Shit.
Who you got?
10
seconds.
I want to say Metallica, but I don't have the name.
That's just because I like to do the yeah at the end of everything. But no, that is not accurate. Matter of fact, they were in concert with Alice Cooper right here in the Valley coming up.
I got nothing.
Yeah, they come to snuff the rooster. Yeah.
Rooster.
It's called Rooster.
Alice.
It's
But Rooster
Alice
is
in
Alice.
Chains.
Alice in Chains, yeah.
Alice in Chains, not Alice Cooper.
Alice in
But
Chains.
it is the Alice and Alice show when they come to town. That we may actually have to look into that one. That should be a pretty
that
good
sounds
one.
really fun.
So
Alice and Alice.
we'll see what happens. But you did not nail it this
I
week.
did
You
not.
nailed it last week. Did not nail it this week. If you want to be a contestant on Nailed It, go ahead and put it in the comments. If you do it from outside of town, you are not prize eligible, but at least we get some other people on the show to do it. So not that I don't mind teaching my girlfriend what some of the greatest songs ever are. But yeah, we'd love for you to come on and jump on. So go ahead and message us on Facebook or on Twitch or whatnot and say, hey, I want to play that game. And we'll go ahead and set you up. First come, first serve. As long as you're available at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Thursday. Why am I shaking my head like this? I don't know. All right. Hey, look, I'm going to be back in the press box at Arizona State at Mountain America Stadium, covering live for my own brand, Sports Media X. If you want to cover sports like I do, whether it's sitting courtside, standing on the sideline, or getting credentialed to cover your favorite team, it all starts with the right game plan. Join our free Sports Media X webinar and learn how to build your own sports media brand, get behind-the-scenes access, and turn your passion into press credentials. Register now at CoachJeffDemers.com/SMX. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook for the SB Podcast and Sports Media X, and also make sure you follow myself at SmartSide, SMAAHCSID, and Lady M at Lady M_S3 on X. Once again, shout out to our main sponsor, big Cleveland fan. I know he's peeing himself over what the Guardians have been doing as of late. Not so much what his Browns have been doing, but shout out to him. Over there at Liberty Buick. That's right. I haven't drank enough yet. Apparently, I'm still remembering where our sponsors are at. So that's a good thing. All right, Lady M, what are the final words?
Keep loving sports.
You need to drink more.
That's the show for now. Shout out to the most badass military in the world and the toughest f***ing veterans to ever walk the planet. And as always, all you haters.